The original scaler was already, in my opinion, the best plugin, the best tool to write music, arrange, and write chord progressions, even if you had no music theory background. But version 2 is a big step up. Among other great features that we'll see in this video, you can now write melodies, and it's completely foolproof. You literally can't hit a wrong note, even if you don't know anything about music theory or you don't even know what notes are on the keyboard. You still need taste though. Let's take a look. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy. A brand new one is coming out really soon. Also free plugins, discounts, and links to Scaler 2. If you want to support the channel, access to exclusive videos, posts, live chats, live streams, and also have mix consultations with me via Skype or email, click the join button down here. See all the perks of becoming a MixbusTv members, and you can also follow all the MixbusTv productions. Let's get to the video. Scaler 2 has many new great and useful features for writing music and arranging. I'll show you what's new, but I want to start this video with the one I like the most, which makes this plugin a foolproof tool to write melodies, even if you don't know anything about music theory. This function is called Key Lock. You find it up here, and it has a sub-menu. You can see scale notes mapped, scale notes only, scale white keys, chord notes, and chord extensions. You have the same functions that you had before, so you can select a scale, you can select a song in various genres, and Scaler will give you suggestions for chords and chords progression. And you can play chords by using one key on the keyboard, okay? So which is pretty cool already, but now you can see next to my chords, which are these dark gray keys, you have all these blue notes. If I select Key Lock, you see? All right, and some of them gets grayed out. This is because now on your right hand, you can play any melody just by pressing keys in this range, and you simply cannot hit a wrong note, a note that is not on a scale. In fact, you can see you see the red notes in the screen, you just can't hit the wrong notes. All right, so if you play your chords, and I have no idea what notes I was playing. I hit a bunch of wrong notes, and Scaler just forced my notes in scale. And you can do this with, again, scales and songs for genre alternative blues. In version 2, we have a whole bunch of new genres, a whole bunch of new artists. Some famous artists wrote some chords and chords progression, and this already was worth for me to the upgrade because it's a great tool, super fast, to compose a melody. And right now, modern music, hip-hop, pop, trap, and a lot of modern genres are melody based. Everything starts with a melody. So I think you can use Scaler the other way around that is supposed to. If you don't like to build chord first, but you like to build the melody first, you just select a scale or a genre, you just write the melody first, and then you already have the chords that go along with that melody. I think that's a pretty cool feature to have. In this case, because I have a small keyboard, you saw I mapped the chords buttons to my pads. So I have a wider range, otherwise I should go an octave lower to play my chords and my right hands. And this way I map the chords here so I can go an octave higher on the keyboard and I have more range to play melodies. Just to give you an example, if you don't want to start from a scale but from a specific genre, you go in songs and here you have a whole bunch of list of genre. Let's try future bass, for example, song 1. and you have this chord progression here. All right, we can change, of course, the instrument in here. And again, you have your chords and your melody. You just can't hit the wrong note. That is pretty cool. And it's not just for modern or mainstream genres, okay? You can see you have cinematic for movie score, chill, you have drum and bass, you have jazz. We can try this. If you don't know how to play, Scaler has another function. In Perform, if I activate this, I have the expression tab. In the expression tab, we have the arpeggio and the strumming as we had before. But now there's a whole bunch of performances, melodic phrases, and rhythms available. This is actually pretty cool. Check this out. I'm just gonna stay with the first one, and with one key or a pad, and you still have your key lock, so you can play melodies on that. But that was just one pad or one key, all right? And you have a whole bunch of this. If we go on phrases, we try one of these. And if you think it's a little bit mechanic, first of all, you can drag the MIDI and modify it yourself. But they added a humanize tab here, and you can randomize velocity, timing, or both. And you have so many choices. Another cool feature of Scaler 2 is scale detection. You can either play a part or a melody that you have in your head, and it will tell you what scale it is, or you can put Scaler on an audio track and it will read the audio material and tell you what scale that piece of music is on, which is very useful. It can be also a vocal track, okay? Or you can also drag and drop audio into it and will analyze it. So for example, if I play something random, I press record. And it's telling me the chord progression. Another super useful feature is now we have MIDI capture. We can now export directly from Scaler, just drag and drop what we are hearing, what we are playing with it, okay? All right, so if I press MIDI capture and I play something, here appear drags. I just drag this on an instrument or MIDI track in Pro Tools or any other DAW, and I have all the notes that have been played here in MIDI. And this was expression, you have arpeggio, you have strumming, you can select a guitar, although the guitar sounds are not that great, but that's really not important because you can drive any VST, any virtual instruments with Scaler 2 as an input, okay? Watch the first video to know how to do that. You can select how slow the strumming is and a whole bunch of other things. In general, Scaler 2, both for chords and chords progression, and now for melodies with or without the automatic performance, I feel is probably the only plugin that I actually use to arrange or to compose something because it sounds legit. And it's still up to your taste what you play. It just makes the process easier and faster, but for a producer, it's always your taste that makes the difference. Now, the last feature that I want to show you, let's go Future Bass Song 2, for example, okay? If I click on the modulation page, it gives me a whole bunch of chord progression suggestions and variation. So if I like a melody on a scale, on a chord progression on a scale, I can hear how it will sound on a different scale, okay? It gives me my original progression, the suggested modulation, and how to get there. And if you bind this part, you can play these chords. So with the modulation tab, you have infinite suggestions and possible ideas for chord progression. You have the progression, the secondary scale, the modal interchange, and medians. Now, this is pretty cool because if you set it on medians and you play any of the chords, it will give you a suggestion. You see this changes every time? And you can drag and drop. All right, and once you have this, you have your chord progression. You can click edit and you can change literally everything. You can change the voicing in the previous tab, but here you can change the octave for each individual chord. You have the inversion, you have the semitone, and you have the playback timing, okay? So you can make one chord longer. You can change the performance. You can add the performing expressions and phrases to one of the chords, okay? Let's add it to the second one just to see what happens. All right, just an example. So you can build entire tracks or just arranging an existing piece or coming up with just a melody. Whether or not you have music theory, this is a great tool for professionals who do have a classic music theory background. It's a good way to find new voicing very easily to build and arrange. And for total beginners, you can literally come up with a piece of music if you have the right ear very easily and quickly. This was Scalar 2. I hope the video was useful. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Link is gonna be in the info box down below. Follow MixbusTv on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of new things are coming up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and please click the notification bell. It helps the channels a lot. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. See you next time.